Set for our second match of the day, if you kind of want to call this a match. It's really more just pool play, individual sets here, but I guess technically it is a match between Carroll Christian out of Westminster, Maryland, and the FCA Bravehearts out of Baltimore, Maryland. The Bravehearts will be on the right-hand side of your screen in those gray uniforms, and Carroll will be on the left-hand side in the blue uniforms as we get set to get things underway here this morning. Lily Nelson to get this thing started off. This will be set in the middle and tipped into the net up front by Elise Wilson, and a 1-0 lead for the Patriots. Serve here by Nelson. Ricochets off the ceiling, but still alive. It's deflected on the near side. And now FCA to play it. And almost got our camera. Matter of fact, does now end up upstairs. And serve will go over to the Bravehearts here. 1-1 here early in set number one. This is an ace, and we'll move to a 2-1 lead for the Bravehearts. Serve now for Hannah Young as Carroll will play it back to the middle and sent across there by Martin, still alive, and then sent across. And once again, Bravehearts to play it. This tipped across and down. Good play there by Natalie Marsh. A 3-1 lead for FCA. So Hannah Young's jump serve is out of bounds. Move it to 3-2 now. Sydney Wooden, sophomore to serve for Carroll. Carroll, a very young club, only 2 seniors. 5 sophomores and a couple of juniors. That's blocked up front. And now put across is set it to the outside, and this hit into the net by Emma Paul. And a 4-2 lead for FCA. Sarah Walton will check in. And this serve in along that baseline. So the ace will make it now 5-2. And Maddie Myers to serve. This left up front, and that won by Sarah Walton. And it's now a 6-2 lead for FCA. Again, these are just 2 individual sets to 25. This is not best of 3. It's not bracket play quite yet. They've pared things down to a couple of divisions on either side, and now they're trying to get it taken down even further as that's hit out of bounds, and a 7-2 lead for FCA. Now Myers with the serve. Now this sent across to the outside, and I think going all the way across that center line was Molly Kumpf. So point will go to Carroll here, making it 7-3. Serve here played now on the far side by Tracy. Left it back over here for the near side hitter, and now we're still going as Carroll puts it back across. Good play in the far side by Tracy, trying to dive and come up with it, and does that. And this hit out of bounds, and will make it an 8-3 lead for FCA. Is coming in for the Bravehearts is Emily Johnston. She will get set to serve here. Johnston serve now played to the outside, and this blocked up front off the hit of Emma Paul. And will be a timeout to Carroll. 9-3 is the lead for FCA here early in set number 1. Take a break, come back with more in a moment. You're watching the NACA National Tournament. So out of the timeout, the serve by Emily Johnston. Played again on the far side, and there's a kill for Emma Paul. And a 9-4 lead now for FCA. Back to serve for Carroll is Abby Duncan. And this served under the net to make it 10-4. Now Natalie Marsh will get sent to serve. It's played back up front, a little bit too close to the net. And played back down, making now 11-4. Natalie Marsh was on the all-tournament team. Had an invitational earlier this year that FCA finished second in. As that eventually put down 11-5 the lead for the Bravehearts. FCA comes into this game at 13-3 in the regular season. And they are 6-0 so far at the NACA tournament. It's tracked down back near sided. Put over by Myers. It's played now across as Patriots set it up. It's tracked down into the back row and hit into the net by Natalie Marsh. So I'll make it 11-6. It's played back up front, tipped across the net, and then played back into the net, so make it 12-6. Now Sarah Walton with the serve. This goes off the ceiling, and the ace will make it 13-6. So Walton to serve again here. Played now middle of the floor. Tipped across there by Evangelist, and now we have a whistle and a double hit on the near side to the Bravehearts. Back in for FCA comes Maddie Myers. It's 13-7 the lead for FCA. And this clips the top of the net and rolls over. So an ace makes it now 13-8. Boy, good play by Myers in that back line to come up with that serve. Now setting the near side. She played back up front and will eventually fall in, making it 14-8. So Natalie Tracy, a 5'6" sophomore, to serve here for the Bravehearts. And that will be an ace, making it now 15-8. Serve here is saved and then put back across on a one-arm hit by Michaela Martin. In the middle, the setback in the corner, and good placement there by Abby Duncan. Make it 15-9. And Lily Nelson to serve. That's where everything started off for the Patriots earlier in this set. It's played near side. That went off the top of the net. That should be 4 hits and is. Now 15-10. And that is an ace, making it 15-11. Well, a good run here by the Patriots in the middle of set one. And that is just out, missed out by about a foot or so, making it 16-11. Back to serve for the Bravehearts is Hannah Young. By the way, I can't stress how much I like that name. The Bravehearts, that's an unusual one, and one that I haven't heard that many times, but it's good. And into the net. Up front, I thought they said 10, but I don't think that could. There's not a 10 out there. It's got to be 18, which is Mally Kumpf, making it 16-12 FCA. Near side, tipped across by Marsh. Now played in the middle, and that left too close to the net and hammered home by Natalie, making it 17-12. That was just too easy that time around. So Maddie Myers to serve. Little floater serve left short. Out of the outside, that hit out of bounds by Emma Paul. 18-12, the lead for FCA. Serve here will be an ace. Pretty good hustle in the back corner by Sydney Wooden to try to come up with it, but could not quite get there in time, making it 19-12. Set back near side. Put across by Duncan, and that will count as a kill. 19-13. Serve here is out of bounds. Make it 20-13. Checking in for FCA is Emily Johnston. This Ricochets across, tipped over, and wow. A couple of different hits there, and finally sent over by Johnston, and then it's finished by the Patriots. That's a good point on both sides from these two teams. 20-14, the lead now for the Bravehearts of FCA. Still in the middle of set one here. Again, this is not best of three. These are just individual games to 25. By the way, it is capped at 25, so you do not have to win by 2. And there's a nice play on the far side, but I think they're going to say FCA was in the net. That'll make it 20-15. So the sophomore Abby Duncan to serve here. Track down, now Myers with it. The Patriots set it in the middle, and a good kill there for Gina Evangelist. A 20-16 lead now for FCA, as Carroll tries to make a little bit of a run here toward the end of set one. And that goes into the net, making it now 21-16. So Natalie Marsh, the 5'9" senior, will serve for the Bravehearts. It's played to the far side, and that blocked up front. Actually, I think it went into the net off the hit of Emma Paul, and it's 22-16. This played off the ceiling and eventually goes into the net. Well, Carroll made a nice run, but now it's getting stretched back out again here. 23-16, the lead for FCA, almost to the end of set one. Take a break, back with more in a moment. You're watching the NACA. (23-16) out of the timeout. It's FCA will serve. That goes into the net from Natalie Marsh, making it 23-17. And that serve into the nets by Emma Paul, and it's 24-17, and now a set point. It's played back far side. That goes into the net, and that'll do it for set one. 25-17, the win for FCA. We'll have a second set for you here in just 3 minutes. You're watching the NACA National Championship Tournament. Back for the start of set number 2. Again, these are just individual sets. These are not best of 3 matches, and a 1-0 lead for FCA. Bravehearts now 7-0 at the NACA tournament. As that will go into the net. We'll tie it up to 1. And to serve for Carroll Christian is Lily Nelson. Again, kind of normally starts things off here for the Patriots. That goes into the net. And a 2-1 lead for FCA. So Maddie Myers to serve. That goes off the ceiling, now over near side, just bumped across. And left up front. And that's tipped down by Sydney Wooden. We're tied at 2. So now Wooden set the serve. It's played up front, and an ace will make it 3-2. It's played back up front again, another ace. So things starting off a little bit rough here for FCA after winning set 1. As once again, Sydney Wooden to score, or to serve, excuse me. 4-2 the lead for Carroll. played back near side. Emma Paul's hit is dug out by Myers in that back row. And this ricochets and finally tracked back down. We're in the middle of this point. And finally it ricochets off the ceiling and falls in on FCA's side. And a 5-2 lead for Carroll. Serve here played to the middle. And the kill there for Sarah Walton. The 5-3 lead for Carroll is in for the Bravehearts. Comes Emily Johnston. She'll get set to serve here as well. It's played back near side. That hit in along that back line. So now 6-3. Serve set to the outside, just tipped across. Hit out of bounds from Hannah Young. Make it now 7-3 Carroll as they made a nice little run to start set number 2. Serve here now played out front. And that's sent into the net by Natalie Marsh. Make the score 8-3. And we have a timeout to FCA. 8-3 the lead for Carroll here in set 2. Take a timeout. Come back with more in a moment. You're watching the NACA. Serve here out of the timeout. Played to the back row for Myers. And it comes near side. Emma Paul's hit is blocked up front by Sarah Walton. 8-4 lead for Carroll. And that clips the top of the net, but stays alive and is sent over by Evangelist. Back near side, that hit into the net. Makes it a 9-4 lead for Carroll. Back to serve for the Patriots is Abby Duncan. This play back into the middle, and Marsh will just set it over. Evangelist with a kill inside that back line. Make it 10-4 now. By the way, Carroll Christian, also out of Westminster, Maryland, at 15-3 on the year. They were league champs. And Gina Evangelist was the tournament MVP. As that goes out of bounds, making it now 10-5. Lily Nelson and Emma Paul were first team all-conference for Carroll. And Gina Evangelist and Abby Duncan were both second team all-conference. As this one ricochets around, it looks like that might have went off the foot or the knee or something of Emma Paul on the near side. I mean, it literally just ricocheted and shot back over the net. Coach from FCA questioning that one a little bit. It's now 11-5 the lead for Carroll. Sent across, now near side. That's deflected out front, but still a kill for Sydney Wooden. Make it 12-5. And another timeout. 12-5 the lead for Carroll. We'll take a break, come back with more of set 2 in a moment. You're watching the NACA tournament. Back after the timeout. And there's a kill on the far side by, I think that was, which looks like it ends up being Hannah Young. And serve here by Tracy, left back up front and put right back down by Molly Kumpf. And it's a 12-7 lead now for Carroll. Serve here played back out front. That is deflected, and we have a lift on Abby Duncan, making it now 12-8. Play back in the middle and now bumped across. Boy, good dig in that back line by the libero for Carroll. And there is a kill for Hannah Young. A couple of nice hits for Hannah. Make it now 12-9. So FCA making a little run here. Cross by Evangelist up front. That's pushed across by Duncan. And that rolls across and down. So 12-10. And now FCA trying to get back into this here as Carroll will use a timeout. 12-10 the lead for Carroll, but a good run for the Bravehearts here. We'll take a break, come back with more in just a moment. You're watching the NACA tournament. So serve here, played back up front, and dumped across by Wooden. Outside, that set over. And this put into the net. Well, ever since that second timeout taken by the Bravehearts, they've been on a massive run here. Now 12-11. It was at one point a 12-5 advantage for Carroll. But that lead has all but disappeared here. Set in the middle. That's deflected out front by Evangelist. And now that hit into the net by Wooden. And we're tied at 12. Well, sports in all forms are usually built on runs, and no different here. Carroll came out with a decent run to get up by 7. And now FCA has gone on a massive run of their own. It's a 13-12 lead now for the Bravehearts. And that serve into the net by Natalie Tracy. So back tied at 13. Michaela Martin in for the Patriots. And back to serve is Gina Evangelist. Serve here played it now out front and eventually goes out of bounds. And another timeout here to Carroll. 15-13 the lead for FCA. Once again, we'll take a break and everybody's out of timeouts, which is odd that we're at a 15-13 spot in the game and everybody's used their timeouts, but they have. Be back here in just a moment. You're watching the NACA. Back out of the timeout. Serve here played to the middle. We have a double hit on Abby Duncan. Make it 16-13 FCA. It has been what I believe is an 11-1 run. And that goes out of bounds. Make it 16-14. As Lily Nelson will serve. Played in the back row. Sent across by Myers. And that will eventually fall in, and it's 17-14. Serve here now played back up front. Tipped across. That's ricocheted and then finally sent over. Played into the middle. Good dig along that back line. And that hit out of bounds off the hands of Sydney Wooden. As this run for the Bravehearts continues. They lead at 18-14. Now Maddie Myers to serve. It's played deep now. Wooden will just tip it over. Set to the outside, put across and down off the touch of Natalie Marsh. And Myers will continue to serve. I will say this, I'm not 100% sure I have this roster right for Carroll Christian. I've been looking at this roster, and there is a libero on this team which might have adjusted a jersey number or two here. So if there's a name or two wrong on the Carroll Christian side, I apologize for that, but I don't have libero numbers and what that does to the rest of the lineup. So if there's a name or two that might be off, that would be the reason why. 19-15. This set to the outside, and another kill for Natalie Marsh, making it 20-15. Emily Johnston checks in. Serve here, track down, and now sent across by Martin. Outside, that's a nice dig along the back line by the libero for Carroll. It's played back near side. And that blocked up front. Good job by a combination of Marsh and Walton. 21-15. Played back in the middle and tipped across and down. Good placement on that play by Michaela Martin. Serve here is out of bounds, making it 22-16. So Marsh to approach. That ball hit out of bounds. 22-17 now. And this will send Abby Duncan back to serve. Played to the outside. And a nice kill there by Hannah Young, making it 23-17. Set back in the middle. That's tipped across, and somebody is in the net for FCA, making it 23-18. It's Maddie Myers back in. Serve here from Emma Paul is an ace. Now 23-19. It's playing to the outside. That hit into the net. Now 23-20. You know, I said volleyball, much like any other sport, is a game of runs, and Carroll on a little one here after starting off the game with a large run and then coming back was FCA with a ridiculous run, and now Carroll trying to get back in it, but that serve goes into the net. 24-20. And now set point in for FCA is Molly Kumpf. And the serve here is an ace from Natalie Tracy, and that will do it. FCA takes game two, 25-20 over Carroll. As we continue on in our marathon day two here from the NACA tournament. I believe up next will be the Rock and Front Royal. They will be up next here. We'll take a break, about 15 minutes or so, and come back with the start of that match. You've been watching the NACA National Championship Tournament.